Hello and welcome back. So happy to have you guys again. If you haven't had a chance to listen to the previous episode, I highly recommend that you do so, whether it's daytime and you're just enjoying a hot cup of coffee or tea, whether it's nighttime and you're just about to get your things ready to set up for your next day. You have to be willing to ask yourself, where are your comfort zones keeping you? But most importantly, I want to talk to you today about how you're showing up for yourself daily. Meaning, not just in your presentation, how you look physically. I do think that plays an important role in your jobs and in life. But I also want to talk to you about what kind of words do you say about yourself every single day. So with the world, how it is, and things going on around us left and right, and the news hitting us with different things and just things that are happening, asking yourself, how are you showing up today? You know, you can look at somebody's life on social media and think that it's perfect, but you have no idea what they're battling every single day mentally, taking the hits, trying to just, tread water or just keep it going. So the question that I want to ask you, for you to ask yourself today is like, how are you showing up today? Maybe your health right now is taking a hit. Maybe you're not feeling the best. But to me, that doesn't mean that you can't show up for yourself 100%. You may not feel 100%, but the effort that you give towards anything in that moment could be 100%. You could 100% give someone a smile, send someone a text message, tell someone how much you love them. Maybe you work from home like I have the opportunity to do. And, whenever my health took a hit, I want to say a couple months ago, I allowed myself and my spirit to still feel and be on fire. I allowed myself to understand that in those moments of energy, I could have used them towards something rather than, just strolling on Facebook or just being on social media, wasting time. I really took that time to work on myself and read and work on my mindset and listen and write and record, right? Things that I knew at the end of the day had to get done if I wanted to go ahead and better myself. My next question in showing up today is, what are you showing up for? Are you showing up only when it's time for you to go on vacation? Are you showing up because you know you're going to receive something? Are you showing up because you know there's going to be a reward? Or are you just allowing yourself to just show up and understanding that essentially you are going to receive a reward, right? Who are you showing up for? It's also been proven that, when you have somebody that you're showing up for, you're more accountable. You're more accountable than if you were just doing it for yourself, if you don't have yet the daily disciplines that it takes to show up for yourself. Maybe you want to lose 30 pounds and you don't show up for yourself. You cancel every single appointment that you've made to go to the gym. But now you get an accountability. You join one of the 21-day challenges. You allow yourself, to be part of maybe my Facebook group, Just Show Up. And now you are at a different level of accountability and you start actually showing up because now someone's counting on you. So like I tell my team all the time, maybe right now there's a point in your life right now where you are just struggling to show up for yourself. But find that one person you love. Find that one person that, you can think about and that makes you cry. And at least in your mind, visualize you showing up for them and how important it would be. And that could really take you and just get you out of that feeling of stuckness or whatever it feels like you're battling through right now, right? So my next question is, are you growing or are you comfortable? A lot of people come to me and tell me, I just want to be comfortable. I want to be comfortable in my finances. I want to be comfortable. I want to let you know something, and you may unfollow me after this. You may not like what I have to say, or it may just actually trigger that thing in your mind that you had no idea you've been subconsciously thinking about and saying without realizing how much not growth is causing you. That's not even a word. So growing doesn't mean that you are going to, let's say you need to lose 100 pounds. That day one, you're going to lose 50. Day two, you're going to lose 50 more. Growing means is that you are on a pace to lose what you want to lose over a period of time. You're growing. You're learning what's working for you. You're seeing what foods are helping you feel better. You're on a new workout plan, right? And you're having results and you're not giving up and you're learning and you're winning because you're learning. Stagnation kills a lot of things. It kills motivation. It kills hope. It kills your mood. Being stagnant, to me, I feel like it's the worst thing ever because yes, there's a difference between being stable and being stagnant. Stagnant means that nothing is happening. Stagnant means that you're either not allowing yourself to, drop your ego and learn some new things and allow yourself to be corrected or convicted. And stability means that you now grew something that now is stable enough that maybe when you're not around, it can still grow, or it is stable enough to continue while you're not here or while you're not present. For example, a business. You really know if you're a business owner, if you're not in that business for 2 weeks and that business can grow or at least maintain. For a fact, you know that you're not in a business owner. You're just in the hustling, grinding, and tussling mode. If you are not present, let's just say in a group or in a community, and it crumbles, right? So there's a huge difference, and I've been on both sides. And let me tell you, the side of you seeing your team grow, the side of you seeing others put in the work while you're not there, even if it's just for a few hours, man, it feels so good. It feels amazing watching my clients talk with each other, grow each other, answering questions, doing certain things, even when I'm not available for hours on out because I have other priorities that I'm doing, right? So to me, stagnation and stability are completely two different things. So you're asking yourself, I just want to be comfortable. You're praying for, I just want to be comfortable. You're showing up. Then you start showing up like you want to be comfortable. And what you really want is probably a desire to want more from life. More and comfortable are two different things, because you can be comfortable very poor. Okay. You can be comfortable with the bare minimum. You can be comfortable being 100 pounds overweight. That doesn't mean that that's what you truly desire. So understand that being comfortable means different things for different people. For some, comfortable means buying things without having to check their bank accounts. For other people, it just means being able to pay the bills and not necessarily have to worry which bill has to get paid. Both of those are good things, but one of them to me, I would desire more over the other, right? Maybe you came from a very poor background. You grew up very poor. You didn't have a lot. You lived paycheck to paycheck. And when I was younger in our household, it was, no, we can't do this because we can't afford it. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. That's what I heard my entire life growing up. So when I started to develop my mindset, I said, well, how am I going to show up? Because I don't want to show up poor. I don't want to show up broke. I don't want to show up with having to tell my own kids in the future it's too expensive. When in reality, I just couldn't afford it because I know that there's people out there that can afford it, right? So I heard this when I was younger, and it said nothing ever grows in comfort, and it has stuck with me ever since. You're just there, stagnant. And stagnation is not going to do anything for you. It's actually going to worsen your mindset, your situation, your attitude, your efforts. But get moving. Do something. Take a step. Make a move. Make that phone call. Accept the promotion. Allow yourself to open to the opportunity that maybe God is placing something in your life that you would have probably have never said yes to if it wasn't for it continuously being put in your face. But sometimes we're showing up, praying for something with closed fists. So from time to time, I ask myself when opportunities are presented to me that I have been praying for, and my husband laughs. He's like, you've been praying for this, and now I came to you in a different way. And now you're like, just kidding, right? Like a little kid, just kidding. So you have to understand that in order for you to receive the many blessings over your life and the things that are really meant for you, there's going to be certain stages and certain seasons of your life God is trying to grow you, or whatever divine intervention it is you choose to believe. And that isn't going to happen unless you allow yourself to be prepared. Because for our promise, you are going to need some preparation. For the promises that you've been promised over your life, for the calling that you have to serve and give, there's going to be moments of preparation that you're going to need to be prepared for. And unless you're willing to just show up and then figure it out, it's figuring out. It's just saying yes and figuring it out later. If I can give you a tip out of life, that has helped me. One of the best tips I've ever received when I started my business. You know what? Just say yes, commit now, and figure it out later. Were all of those commitments or those yeses great? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, right? But the ones that were, I wouldn't have never known because I wouldn't have been in the mindset or open enough to just say yes. Yes, I'm going to try it. Yes, I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm open to it. Now that I have wisdom, now that I have knowledge, now that I know what works best for me in my business, now I know what I know I can say no to because I don't want to do it. I know that I've already have done it. So maybe that's just not the way that I'm choosing to go. But if you don't have the experience, if you don't have the skills, if you're not allowing yourself to even take on an opportunity, how will you ever know? So something that I was reading gave me a suggestion on several ways that you can use to activate master your mind to accurately process inner change. So for example, there's these 3 things that I do almost every single day or whenever I have a challenge or a situation or just a situation that maybe I feel anxious about or nervous about. So number 1, I do written affirmations every single day. I've been doing written affirmations for a while. Has it always been consistent? Absolutely not. But I told myself I was going to be consistent no matter what. So even if I write 3 affirmations or even if I write 10 affirmations, I have been consistent now for a little bit, right? Every day in a specific notebook, because if you're going from notebook to notepad to sticky notes to your phone, you're going to lose it. Allow yourself to have a designated notebook or notepad, and you allow yourself to write out 3 to 10 affirmations and gratitudes daily. Don't forget to do this. This is where the small daily disciplines start. This is where you allow yourself to set a time aside of 10 to 15 minutes to really reflect on those affirmations and gratitudes. I highly, highly recommend you do these in the morning, that you allow yourself to wake up a little bit earlier, that you do this in silence when you're enjoying a hot cup of tea. And once you wrote them out, you close your eyes, you put your pen down, you take a second and you breathe and you visualize your goals. And you're more thankful for your gratitudes and you thank, divine intervention or whatever it is that you believe in. And you do this daily. And as I visualize myself, this really allows myself to feel myself connected more to, God. And if you've already accomplished your goals, because you're writing it out is so powerful. Don't leave anything just by listening, right? Allow yourself to write it out because you're going to be able to retain it so much more. You're going to be able to feel it so much more because it's in your handwriting. Another thing that I do is quick affirmations. So if I have a very challenging event, it used to be very, very challenging for me to do any sort of public speaking. And one day I said, if I want to show up like the calling I have over my life, if I want to show up how I know I'm supposed to show up, if I want to give it my best, if I want people to understand me, if I want better communication with my spouse, if I want my friends to understand that I'm not making assumptions and I want them to understand why, I need to go ahead and learn how to communicate, how to effectively lead a conversation and also listen. So when it comes to my business and I have to speak in front of hundreds of people or even here, I take a moment to breathe. You do this 30 seconds. You take a moment to breathe. You picture the scenario in the best possible scenario in your head, and you allow yourself to say, this is going to be the best conversation that I have had either with this person, with this crowd, in this meeting. And you go into something now with such a positive mindset because you shifted. Even if the outcomes isn't the one that you desire, you shifted. So it's kind of like a mental preparation to always expect the best. So then you give your best, even if it doesn't turn out the way you want it. You stand up and you do your Superman and Superwoman pose and you allow yourself to breathe and say, I got this. And you go in there and you give it your all. You give it 100% without saying you're sorry, without apologizing, knowing in conviction that you just told yourself, I got this. I will get this done. And then from there, you learn how to perfect and how to get feedback. And then the third one is conditioning yourself. Stop letting others condition. When you see the word you attached to anything, it literally has such an influence over your mind. This is why you must never allow anyone to say anything about you that you don't sincerely desire to be true. And that's with anything in your life. And you got to look at it like this. We're a puzzle piece. When we're born, all these puzzle pieces are mixed up. And this someone told me a long time ago, by your parents, your caregivers, your school, your friends, blah, blah, blah. And now as you're growing up, you're just trying to put these puzzle pieces together. So you got to make sure That's how you feel about yourself before you start accepting the labels, the beliefs, the opinions of these words and these people that others give you. Because if not, you're literally just giving them access to speak over your life. And now you're handing over your power. So don't do that. Allow yourself to show up for yourself today. Allow yourself to understand that you get to affirm yourself every single day. You don't have to have the validation of anyone else to affirm you, but the best way that you can show up for yourself and see how your life around you can be better and just be enhanced is for when you start to change the inner change in you, and your thoughts become better. The quality of your thoughts become better. So then the reality of your life, you start to attract that and you become better. How? How are you showing up today? What are you showing up today for? And who are you showing up today? Are you growing or are you stagnant? Are you stagnant or are you trying to build stability? It's very, very different because, guys, remember, nothing grows inside of your comfort zone. So I'm going to leave you with this like I always leave you. Remember today to give from love, not for love. And I will see you on the next one.